Hello, my name's Mitch, and here's another one. For you who were like me for a good part of my life, who don't know where the world came from and what the truth is, who have listened to what you've been told without looking at it in any depth or understanding, but have just simply believed what you've been taught at school. I'm going to start with a few things. Now, don't do what I did, although of course it's your choice, and reject something purely based on emotion when you first hear it. Do your own research and listen and study the content. I'm not super smart. It's only been about the last 4 years I've started thinking. But despite that, I think I have real value in the content. Now, some of the things I've learnt was evolution is just wrong. If you do some real research, so don't listen to your general scientists because they're lying to you. But it's known and proven that things like Australopithecus was a fake. So it was a mixed bunch of bones. The head was the skull of an ape. Piltdown Man was also a fraud. There was another one that I can't remember the name, that all the evidence disappeared, and most likely it was because the fraud was so obvious that they couldn't let the evidence stay in public hands because everyone would know. So there is no science behind evolution as far as going from ape to man. No convincing science at all. The other thing is, if you look at the basic cell structure of a single cell organism, which is what they say we came from, right? Do you know how complicated that is? If you just look it up online and look at the basics, it is so complicated that somehow you could get a living being, a living thing, from a bunch of chemicals, the right energy and the right thing happening at the right time. It's just, when you think about it and you actually put your own time into it, it's ludicrous. You have, it's either a doubled wall lipid layer on the outside of the cell, or it could be triple, can't remember. And then you have the energy systems, the nutrients in, the nutrients out, the energy systems, the dividing of the cells so they can reproduce. DNA itself is so complicated that the idea, just the concept that could happen accidentally from a bunch of random happenings is just stupid. So it's good to hear that, because it really is. It's really ridiculous. But you need to do your own look into it and your own analysis. Occam's razor is a good way to put it. You look at the simplest solution and think it through. The maths involved with something like that has been done, and it's ridiculous. So clearly we're created and we're made by a being. And any being, once you start to look at nature and you observe it and you spend real time looking at it, how many different types of birds and many different types of ways of flying, and the type of feathers and the shape of the feathers and the aerodynamics of it, the way they live, their behaviour patterns that are repeatable, is just absolutely phenomenal. It's just amazing. The same way as a plant, and what they can do, photosynthesis. It's incredible. We're created, and that's the main reason for this video. And that's what I want you to think about. To think about the possibilities of what's here and how vast it is. And the fact that we're on a little planet in the middle of nowhere, millions and millions and millions of miles away from anywhere. We're isolated, and humanity is young. We are young. God bless you.